Hey guys, this is Keith on the Rough Roads podcast. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Hope everybody also had a good week. I'm here with my co-host Daniel. Daniel, how are you today, bud?
Good. Yeah, my name's Daniel. My last name is Hemp Hill, and we're just here to communicate with you guys and try to give you guys a little bit of knowledge of where we've been and how rough the roads really are. I know they're rough out there, and I just hope somebody can take something out of this.
How's your week, Daniel? How's your
Um,
week been?
my week has been stressing. Um,
Yeah.
no matter what, even though that I'm not using, it seems like it's even harder than it was when I was using. So let's just put it that way.
That's
Um,
that's life, It's life, I guess.
it is life. That's exactly what it is. I mean, and we just kind of have to take it day by day, and
Yeah.
not just with our addictions or anything like that, but just like any of our problems, like going to the grocery store. I mean, or making a list of what we need or anything like that. I mean, life is hard right now. Gas prices are high. Food prices are high. If you have more than two kids in the house, and that are over the age of 5, you're going to be buying a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
hard.
tough. It's really hard.
It's really tough. I mean,
Five
it's tough for everybody.
$5.69 for a dozen eggs is kind of gonna put a hole in your wallet too.
Yeah, I mean, and also, especially if you're doing that, every 6 days, it's, and plus, what
It's tough.
recipe doesn't cause for eggs? Every
Yeah.
recipe that you can think that you make in your house, you use eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. So you want me to get started with story time?
Yeah, I mean, I know you were we were kind of talking a little bit before the
Mm-hmm.
podcast, and I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say, and then we'll just kind of I'll have some questions, in between what you're saying,
Yeah.
and we'll just kick it off from there, So let's just start it off with everybody. Welcome to Rough Roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I named that after my one of my best friends that can't be here with us today, but um, he's his last name is Rhodes, Rhodes, and that's why it's spelt like that. Um, and uh, I had 5 minutes, maybe. I probably came up with that with 5 minutes, right? Keith?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fast. Well, let's just think about it, just think
It
over it,
takes a
and
while
like,
usually. We have
but
less than
I,
quick,
that's just it's just the perfect name for it, I mean, we all come from different paths. We all come from different roads, and some are harder than others, and some are um really hard because we make them hard. My path, my road has been hard because I'm the one that made it hard. I'm the one that put all my obstacles right in front of me as I'm trying to run through my path. And I'm just
Mhm.
all these obstacles are falling and falling and falling. So it's I either had to do flips or fucking, whatever I had to do to get through my obstacles. I'm happy that I made it to my age that I made now, which I'm a strapping 33.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Anybody that wants to leave a
I'm 30.
comment,
I'm,
anybody that wants to
I'm
leave a
35.
comment on how old I am, yes,
I'm
guess how old
35.
I am.
I'm 35. I'm 35. Guess how old I
75.
am? I'm 35.
Yeah,
35. I'm really 35. Yeah, 35. The big
yeah.
35. I turned 35 2 weeks ago.
You
So
actually,
I'm,
you actually do look younger than me. Like if we stood next, like next to each other. You look younger than me.
I am younger than you, dude.
Well, yeah, but come on.
I am younger.
Anyways, that was fun. That was fun.
Anyway,
I like that. That was cool shit.
all right, you want me to get started?
Yeah. So give us the year, and then give us.
I don't know.
Oh, you
All right.
come on. You got to know like the year, maybe not the day, the time, and fucking anything like that, but like at least give us when the story started. So when you start the story, like at least give us 2003. Like, how old were you?
Well, the stories I'm going to tell you took place between 2014 and 2017 in this 3-year stretch. So
How
anywhere in
old were
there,
you?
I can't tell you.
How old were you in 2000? Like how old were you? Pretty much. Let's just do that. Who cares? Who gives a fuck about the year? But oh, sorry.
I don't know, let me see. 2000.
So 2014, I was like either 24 or 25, depending on the year. Only because I was born in.
Okay.
I can't give anybody the.
All right. So just to give you guys an overview, I was homeless out in the streets in Salt Lake for a while. I had a girlfriend and I had a dog named Brownie, who was the most incredible dog I've ever had. She was an Australian Kelpie. She went everywhere with me. She was my baby. I loved her to death. And she was great. And so we used to hang out down in Murray just because I had I had felony warrants, and because I got caught selling dope down the block, I got picked up with 90 balloons and 8-ball meth. And
probably because you were white.
White with the backpack on.
I mean, why didn't
you're right.
Why didn't any of like the Mexicans selling like stones or anything like that? Because I've heard stories about that. Like people were like ripping people off. I've never been on the block myself.
Yeah.
I've been through it, but like I don't really know what the life is like that, you know? So it's like it's foreign to me, you know?
Yeah, well that's a good thing. I wish I didn't know.
Like I don't really like I thought it was like not legal, but like pretty much like, you know, like cops would turn a blind eye.
Yeah, they did for a while. They did for a good while. But eventually it got so out of control they started arresting people. So
why do you feel like why do you feel like you got arrested and one of the Mexicans from Guatemala or fucking somewhere else? And I'm not trying to be racist right now, but like I'm really trying to figure out like why.
I can't do that.
Because they're the ones that was bringing all the stuff in. You probably even got your stuff from you know, a cartel agent or cartel.
Well, I was working with a Honduran, and he got arrested too. We weren't together. He was about a block and a half up the road, and they would watch us. Like when we go by each other. Like he put money in my bag, I put money in his bag. He needed more dope, get my bag. I need more dope, get dope out of his bag, and they would watch us do these transactions during I think probably about a 3-day period on top of the gateway.
So you were actually working with the cartel, like, but maybe
cartel, just a Honduran.
But didn't know it. But didn't know it. You were probably actually working. That was the cartel's dope that you were selling, and didn't even really, and then didn't even know it.
All the heroin comes from the cartel.
Yeah.
Well, every last bit of it does.
A good percentage of it does.
Like 98% of it does.
Yeah. Good assumption.
Maybe more than that. But So anyway, so me and this guy, Danny, I'll call him because that's what his street name was. Um, we've been working together. We were doing well, and just they they came in. They came in on bicycles, and they came in. They got me, and then I hear him over the walkie-talkie, and he goes, "We got backpack number one." And then I hear him say over the speaker, "We got backpack number two." And I look up the road, and they got Andy too. They got both with Danny at the same time, both of them.
So they were actually watching you. They've been building a case. They were
Yeah,
building a case
for day
against
for
you
day,
for
for days.
weeks or months. I mean, like they were building a case. If they had code words like that, they literally
Mhm.
weren't just like pulling up to somebody that they just like, oh yeah, I think he has dope on him.
Yeah, it wasn't random. Yeah, it
It
wasn't
wasn't
just a
random.
random
They
stop.
they
Yeah,
were they were building a case for sure.
yeah.
Wow. That had to be scary too. I mean, like just to be like on the streets at the time too. Like I mean, like what did you do? Where did you go? What was like your daily activities in that time? I mean, other than selling, you know, dope, like what you feel like you had to do to survive, but what was your daily like shit that you did? What were some of the things
I had,
that you did?
well, I had a girlfriend. I was with
Yeah,
Ashley,
a dog.
and
Name what?
Ashley,
Ashley.
yeah, and we were mainly down by City Creek. We'd hang out down there by the mall,
Yeah.
and there was kind of behind Zion's Bank. There's this little grassy area. We'd stay there at night, and we would just kind of like get a cart or something, and throw a tarp over it, and block our area. And we just sit there and shoot dope all night right off of Main Street. And never get
Yeah.
fucked with because we weren't harming anybody. We would never get fucked with because downtown Salt Lake at night there's no cops because it's all private security. So the
But I mean,
private security, yeah, go
it had
ahead.
to be kind of scary though, right? I mean, like no matter what. I mean,
No,
like it had to
not
be
we
pretty.
weren't we weren't at
Or
the
did it
block.
just get normal? I mean, like that's what I'm asking. Was it
We
like scary, or did it just get like normalized to where you just like this is pretty much my home now, and
we
like I
never
know it.
we never stayed at the block like once at night.
But where you were staying, I'm asking
Yeah.
how did
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I'm asking personally, how did you feel? Was it scary, or did it just come like it was like normal
It,
to
it
you?
was it was normal to me, and it was safe because the dog would bark any.
Alert, alert you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing. If we would have been sleeping, which we rarely ever did, but if we were sleeping, that dog would anybody that would come near us, that dog would flip out.
Well, yeah, you had to sleep. I mean, no matter what. I mean, well,
Yeah.
like when we're in our addiction, I don't really call it sleep. Um, I
Mhm.
I call it like we go into a coma for like
Yeah.
a couple hours, and then
We would
when we come out of it, and then it's like right back to our addiction, and then
we
right
would
back to it.
we would sleep mainly during the day, like in the mornings, like when the sun came up, we would take a nap in the grass, for a few hours.
How did that
So
feel? How did that how did that feel like honestly to you, to your person, to your soul, to everything? How did that feel like having like to like sleep on the grass where anybody can walk up on you? No, like I mean like anybody can. How did that feel at that moment? And take yourself out of the drug mind, take yourself
mhm,
out of all that, but like how did you truly feel?
like
That had
shit.
to be hard.
Fuck yeah, it was, dude.
And you got a place, you got four corners, more than four corners right now. But like that when we're in our addiction, we don't really know what we're doing. We don't really like think about all that stuff, you
We
know.
don't.
But now that you do have an apartment, and now that
Mhm.
you are paying rent, and you have a place to stay, you can walk inside your door every fucking day, and you look at your place, and even if it's not a palace, you know, you walk in somewhere safe
Yep.
rather than
Every day.
having to walk behind Zion's on in City Creek and sleep on some grass. So I kind of just want to know, kind of like how you felt at that time. That's my question to you right now. Is like at that time, how did you feel? Like you felt like like it was okay? Because like
In,
I
in my
did when I was in my addiction, like I felt everything like I'm not gonna change anything. And that's
Mhm.
I want to know how you felt. But and then I'll tell you how like I felt like when
I
I was like in the same predicament.
I felt like in my mind, like there was a point where I thought that I could do heroin forever. That I said I don't care what the odds say. I don't care if it's a 0% chance. I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna be in that 0.1 percenter that can do
Yeah.
it forever. I was so convinced I could do it, and I had, Ashley was so convinced that she could do it. And it's just that's insanity. That's crazy. That can't happen. But we believed it could.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that. I'm glad you said that because like it makes it true. It makes it real because like when we are in that mind state, we do create this like this is my life forever. This is like I don't like I talked a little bit about before like all my different stages of sobriety and like the last one, my very last one when I went out this last time, and I've been sober off of hard drugs for 4 years. This April 6th, 8th.
Nice.
And I really thought that and I was okay with it. Like it wasn't like oh man, I'm gonna be like this, like but like I was like, I don't want anything else right now. This is what I want. And I want it
Mhm.
to last forever.
Yeah.
And now where I'm at now, I can't believe I actually had those thoughts.
I know.
It's
Me
like
neither.
it's like
Yeah. What the fuck? What the
what?
fuck?
Like
Yeah.
I was gonna be here, like I really wanna fucking like live in a fucking barn or stay at fucking my friends' houses or you know, like or
Studio, it's a
stay on the
Studio
street,
Six.
fucking or
It's a
whatever, you
Studio
know, like
Six.
I like
Studio
this is
Six.
where I
Yeah.
wanna be forever. No,
Yeah. Yeah. No.
and now it's hard. I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. It's hard doing drugs. And it's
Yeah.
hard having a job, waking up every day, doing your fucking shit. It's hard. No matter what, it's hard. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna fucking like either like, hey, I need to go get some I need to find some money to get some drugs. So usually what that means is that you gotta go steal or you gotta go fucking rob or you gotta fucking do
Yep.
something janky to fucking be able to get your fix to get you through the fucking day.
Yep.
No matter fucking what you do, it's hard. Life
Yes.
in general.
Going out
It,
there dope sick and trying to make money. It's hard. It's really hard.
and then again, really doing the right thing. Okay, so it's easy making money doing the right thing. Cause I mean, like, I make really good money working every single day. Okay, but then in my life, and this is just me, not everybody else's life, like I have 3 kids, I have 2 boyfriends in the house. Okay, so that's 5 people in my house beside me. And my kids are young, but not young. They're 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 becoming mature. Okay, they're like almost 18. And so I'm not gonna, yeah, they have jobs, but I don't want to ask them for rent right yet until they're like of age. And that's just because of all the rough roads. Give a click if you like rough roads. uh
Check us out. Check us out on Twitter. Rough_roads. Rough_roads. We're
Check
there
us
all
out.
day.
I mean,
All
like,
day.
I'm
Drop us a shout out. We'll hit you back up. Rough rough
right.
underscore roads on Twitter. Catch it.
We've
We
all,
press it.
we've
Press
all
that.
been
Listen,
down them.
press that listen live button. You can hear us live. Yep, right on Twitter. Rough
We've all
underscore
been
roads.
down them, and we all have our own story. And like, I would really like to hear some comments. Like with anything. I mean, like, just you don't have to give a big speech about your story, but like, um, just just kind of let us know like where you've been and how you're doing now. With just kind of like a
Love,
small
we'd
comment.
love we'd love to
Um,
hear about it.
and so anyways, we were kind of like on the just kind of talking about like uh I want to get back on your story for one, but
Yeah, we'll back to it.
so let me finish this and this with um
Sure.
you know um uh with my daughters. I mean, and so having having done drugs and having done drugs since I was like really young, it's some say it's easy to do drugs and just like leave life, but it's not. It's that's hard. And having to do the right thing is hard also. And that's what I'm trying to say. And everybody has like different um uh, uh obstacles in their way to make their life even harder. And I'm still doing it right now with my daughters, the 2 boyfriends, and all the different personalities, all the different chemistry that's going on. And it's it's so it's so hard. But then I look back when I was using, and I look back at like where I was and didn't have a place to stay. I always had to find drugs. I always had to to walk around in the cold. I had to like walk around and find food, and all that is hard. Using drugs isn't easy. Using drugs is harder than what I'm doing right now. And this is hard. This is hard to maintain everything that I have is hard. It's hard as fuck,
Yep.
but it gives me a purpose. It gives me that's the thing. That's the word that I was looking for is purpose. We have to find purpose. Now, if our purpose is to use drugs and you want to use drugs for the rest of your life, and then so be it. I mean, like it's your life. That's but we have to come to grips in the end with everything that we believe.
I like that.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you continue, and I'm gonna try not to cut you off or like ask too many more questions because that kind of like leads us into like a lot of. I'm like I'm seriously ranting. If
No,
anybody in the comments is watching this, at just say yeah, he's ranting. All right.
Hey guys, if you'd like to be a guest on our show, send us a text 801-215-9682. 801-215-9682. Also, all donations made to the show are accepted through Cash App at Rough Roads Podcast. Cash App Rough Roads Podcast. All donations are greatly appreciated. All right, so as I was saying, um, so we were getting Ashley and I were getting high behind the Soro gas station,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there, and there's like this area behind Tesoro in the next building. It's like an alleyway kind of, and there's a fence so you can see through the fence. There's a gate, and we see this black Audi pull up. It's like 3 a.m, and we're like, "Holy shit, that's a cop! That's a cop!" And Ashley looks through the gate. She's like, "No, that's a black Audi." I was like, "What the hell is an Audi doing here at 3 a.m?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, it must be the owner of the business." And she's like, "Shit, he's gonna call the cops on us. I know he is." And I don't know, we'll see. So these two Italian guys get out of the car. They're dressed in all black, and they get out of the car and they walk behind Sora to right where we are,
Where
and
you
they
are,
look
yeah.
at and they look at us and they go, "What are you two doing?" And Ashley looks up at him and she goes, "Really bad things." And then she goes, "What are you two guys doing?" And they both go, "Really bad things." and so one of the guys walks around the
You're
side
looking
of
at
the
shoot you in the head. Boom, boom.
so one of the guys walks around the side of the store, and he's gone for about a minute and a half. Comes back, he says, "Okay, we're good to go." And they both come back to us and they go, "You guys want to make some money?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm always wanting to make some money. You know, heroin money." And like, "Oh, so that's a really bad thing." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." And he said, "We need a lookout. You know, can't ask any questions. We need a lookout." And I said, "How about this? I go on a walk with my dad right in front of the store, back and forth with the dog. You know, because it's on State Street, and you can see down from this part. You can see down State Street all the way past Bastion Place Mall, all the way up down to Midvale." And so I go out there. I walk my dog, and they pull the car around to the front to the front of the store, and I hear the glass shatter on the front door of the Soro station, and I
So it was
shit you
the
not.
owner of the store then.
Yeah, they were there on the store. I'll say. I hear the glass smash, the alarm go
You said
off.
they were the owners?
What's that?
Did you say they were the owners or they weren't
No,
the owners?
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So and so when they
You hear a
smashed the
glass
glass,
smash? Yeah.
and then so I swear they couldn't have been in there for more than 15 seconds, dude. They go in there. They go in there. I couldn't see anything because it was pitch black. It was so dark, and they were in and out of there. They come. I'm like, these guys are gonna fuck me. I know they're gonna fuck me. You know, they're not gonna pay me shit. And they go
What
up
are they
and
asking you to do?
just be on the lookout for a cop either way. Wait while they're doing the robbery.
Oh.
Yeah. So not one car went by during. And so
Yeah. I mean,
they they, they pull up, and I'm not quite at the stop sign, and they go past me. And I was like, "Fuck!" I knew it. And they slammed the brakes to the stop sign, and they reversed towards me. And I was like, "Oh, cool." And they throw a bunch of money at me. It's windy. Some of the money goes down the drain, but I get about $330, I think it was, right around there. So I got $330 for about 2 minutes worth of work watching them. So that was pretty cool. And
yeah.
then so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
so
you never
then
again, right? Fucking right. Rough roads.
and I never what again? Would you say I never saw what again?
I said, and you never saw them again.
Okay, that's the next part of the story. I did see them again.
Are you? No. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I swear. Ashley
It's
can
the same
verify.
car?
I'll have Ashley on to verify all this on the podcast. Yes, same car.
No, 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 no,
So
no, no. Dude, anything you tell me, I believe you, bro. Like it's not,
okay, I know it's hard to believe. So
that's
all
awesome.
right,
That's great.
okay, so we're still hanging out in Murray. The next you're gonna love the next story even better after this one. And so we're hanging out in Murray, and so Ashley at night I'd go passed out some nights, and Ashley would go sit in front of the pawn shop because there's an outlet, so she could go charge our phones for us at night for a few hours. And
Yeah.
I'd go pass out just in front of Papa John's behind this grocery cart we used to have, and I'd go pass out behind it on the ground where nobody could see me. And so, in Papa John's, it was about three doors down from Cricket. All right.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
just keep
So
talking. Don't worry about me.
okay.
Just keep.
Okay. Papa
Don't lose
John's.
your.
I got you. Papa John's was about three doors down from Cricket, the Cricket supplement store, and I'm sleeping, and I get woken up, bam, with glass shattering. And I was like, "What the fuck? What is this shit?" And I look up, and I see in the corner of my eye the black Audi, and then I look,
Oh, oh.
and then I look over the grocery store, and I see this big black guy going into the Cricket store, and he goes in, and he goes out, and he goes back to the car, and they won't let him get in the car. They're like, "You got the wrong ones. You got the wrong ones," and they won't let him in the car. He said, "Just let me in, let me in," and and they wouldn't let him in for a second. So finally, they let him in. They peel out. This time, Murray police was a little bit more ready for him. So they turn out.
Yeah, it's
Now,
right down the street. It's like the literal cop station is right up the street from there.
well, this time, Murray PD, the alarm went off. So Murray PD, because Tesoro's alarm wasn't hooked up to Murray PD. It was just,
Yeah.
what?
I was like, what is the call
Griffin,
time when you fucking got a goddamn? Is this State Street, right? State Street in fucking like what, like 53rd or something like
no,
that over there.
we're at 6900.
Okay, six.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
but
And
still,
so,
I mean, there's a fucking cop shop
so
right there.
so they turn off, and so Ashley's coming because she was worried about me because I was laying down. I didn't make a move. I just laid there, just like watching the corner of my eye, the whole thing. I didn't know if the guy had a fucking gun or what his deal was, you know. So I just
Yeah.
laid there, you know. And Ashley's sitting across the street watching the whole thing. She's worried. And so when she's watching the whole thing. So when the Audi turns and the Murray police car's coming, she's crossing the street and she almost gets hit by him, dude. She like gets blown back with the dog. And so,
Wow.
um,
Yeah,
and
that's
so,
wild.
and so, but one, a couple of nights before, when you're reading a crazier story, you're gonna like this one. Hold on, you're gonna like you.
All right.
This is one of the most
What
unbelievable
are you
stories
drinking
you're
right
gonna
here?
read.
What are you drinking right here? Is this a monster or what? What?
Rain,
Rich?
I can't
Oh,
advertise them because
yeah.
they're not sponsored with us yet, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But
You get demonetized.
I'm not trying to get demonetized here. We gotta get monetized first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
if you'd like to be a sponsor on the show, please email. Actually, you want to email us or you want to text? Please give us a call 215 no 801-215-9682. 801-215-9682. If you're interested in being a sponsor, we'd love to have you. So
And even if you're not a sponsor, I mean, like if you need help, a kind ear, we're here for you. That's kind of like what I'm trying to promote. I haven't really like done this ever, and my friends talked me into it. And so like even if you just need nobody to say anything and you just talk to us, I think that that's like the best thing that really helps me is and talking and getting my voice out. So I mean, like, just call us, talk to us, text us, whatever you need to do. If you need help, we'll try our best to do whatever we can to help you.
And also, you can also choose email sponsorships and people who just have, any of our listeners that have questions. Roughroadspodcast@gmail. Roughroadspodcast@gmail. All right, so moving along. This, oh man.
So this is the second story number 2. Ready for it?
Yeah. Well, no, the first one we had, story 1A and 1B. So it was a double.
All right.
story.
So does this story kind of like go coordinate with the first story, or is it like just like totally like different? But
it has to do with Murray PD.
What is your dog's name?
Her name is Brownie. I don't have any more.
Brownie? I know.
Brownie,
I know.
yeah.
But it's called
Brownie.
She was called Brownie. Okay.
Yeah. She was an Australian Kelpie.
Yeah, cool.
Like an Aussie Shepherd.
That's cool. That sucks that you don't know where she is today, huh?
She's with her old owner. So she's in good hands.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure she is. If she's a pretty dog, hopefully somebody got a hold of her and fucking and treated her right.
Her old owner. When I couldn't take her anymore, I gave her back to her old owner.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so she's in good hands. She lives in Colorado.
That's kind. I mean, anybody that sees this, like, leave a comment to that, because I mean, like, that is like different. That's different right there. Like, for you to do that and knowing that you couldn't, like, provide for her anymore, that you actually gave her back to her old owner. Why did they sell, or why did they get rid of her?
She didn't have time for it. She was in school.
But she kind of like, but she took her back.
She took her back. I called her up and I said, I don't want to say the girl's name, but called her up and I said, listen, I'm on the streets, and I was actually getting ready to move in to Midvale. Rough Roads. I was getting ready to move in to Midvale. Me and my buddy Nate, my best friend at the time, and we were moving into a house in Midvale, and we couldn't have a dog. So stay on the streets with Brownie, or move into the house and do something about Brownie, find Brownie a home. So the first person I called before I tried to put her up for adoption was Shelby. Shit, I just said her name. I just said her name. But the old owner took her back with open arms. She's like, I got plenty of time for her now. So it gave her back to her old owner, and she's happy to see her. She remembered her and everything.
Hey, did you watch any of the Y-Files? Not yet.
I haven't.
Hey, if anybody that's watching, if anybody's watching and they watch the Y-Files, if you watch the Y-Files, don't put your glasses back on. You don't look like him now, dude. You gotta put your glasses back on. Tell me he doesn't look like the host of the Y-Files. Leave a comment.
I saw
Leave a comment, dude. Especially when, like right now you don't, but like you can like look at the sometimes you do like the facial shit. It's just like, yep. I already know it's true, bro. Me and Cody already like, yep, he does. I love it. I looked
up the guy's picture on Google. Dude. He wasn't that much.
You gotta watch. It's not just a picture. You can't just look at a picture. You like, and I know, like, and so I always hate people say, "Look at this guy. He looks just like you." I'm like, no, he don't. What the fuck? I hate when people say that. But like, just watch him and like different, like right there, dude. Like this pose, like you have right here is like it's the dude from the Y-Files. It's fucking nuts, man.
But why? But why?
I don't know why, because I guess because that image is like kind of like embedded in my head, and then when I look at you with the glasses on, and then like you do your like certain mouth movements and jaw movements and like tilt your head a certain way, it looks like fucking him. And I'm just saying, you can't just get like a picture and then like, oh yeah, but you got to
Yeah.
like watch the mannerisms, his mannerisms, the way you talk and everything. Like, I promise you, bro. Like, watch like 100 hours of him and tell me that you don't fucking resemble like each other. Yeah, no, you do.
Hold on one sec, right?
Yep. I might have to go start cooking some dinner real quick.
We'll be done here in a bit.
But anyways, no,
So,
I mean, like, yeah, whatever. So story number 2, part 2.
okay.
How long have we been on now?
I don't know. Can't tell.
No, you know.
I can't tell because I got it last time. Oh, I don't know because I don't know how long we were talking before we started recording.
Does it even show you how? Okay, so nobody's like even on because we're not live, right? We're just so you can like
live.
so
we're
you
live.
can like edit. You can edit all this stuff out, right?
No, we're live.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Live.
So anyway, yeah, we're live.
So I don't want to show my balls right now.
Don't do that. So anyway, my last story, as I was saying, yeah, we're live. As I was saying, the last story, this was about a month after I got arrested. So I was worried about 2 felonies.
So this was after all the stuff happened in the like with the
downtown with the arrest.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I had 2 felony warrants, which I wasn't sure if they had filed on me yet. So
yeah.
It'd been a month. I had no idea if they'd filed yet. So I'm going to meet Ashley she went up to 7-Eleven to go get us 2 drinks, and we were going to go get a hotel room for the night. And it's like 10 degrees outside. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening. So I'm walking back from the mall. She's ahead of me going to get drinks. And then two cops pull up on me. And they pull up and they're like, "Hey man, you match a description from someone."
Yeah.
I know you know where this is going, but you'll see. You match a description from someone at the mall. So we got to check it out.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. Was it correct? Did they have the right person? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, they didn't have the right person. It was somebody else. Okay, so keep going.
And so they're like, we're sure you're fine. We just got to run your name. And then I got real with them. I said, "Listen, guys, and be totally honest with you. About a month ago, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I'm just trying to get my life in order now. That's all I'm trying to do." And they said, "Oh, we're sure it's fine." And as they were running my name, we're talking. I'm having a good talk with them. I said, "Yeah, my parents are coming to town."
You're talking too much.
Huh?
You're talking too much. So for everybody out there that's listening right now, don't do what Keith did. Okay, because every cop is going to say, "Hey, you match a description." You do not have. The more you talk, the more information you give out. You don't have to say anything, and they cannot violate your rights. This is another thing. They can't violate your rights.
Just wait and see what happens.
No, you don't have to answer any. If this is just like off the subject, but since it's on the subject, you do not have to answer any questions that a cop asks you. You do not. Huh?
So what did I answer? so
You
far.
well, what you were saying, you were just saying like you like what you just told me. You gave them a whole bunch of stuff. Like, okay, so you said, what did you tell them?
Just to
Like,
run my just to run my name. They can run your name.
you don't have to give them any
If you,
ID.
I
They
didn't give an
said,
idea.
okay, they said that you match the description for something.
Yeah, for someone who shoplifted from the mall.
Okay.
And
And
so,
then and then what did you tell? And then
so
and then
that
I would have been
so,
like,
so
I
they're running my name, and the only reason I said, "Hey, I was in the wrong," that was me who decided to say that because I figured I'm. It's either they didn't fill the file, and I'd be free to go, or they did fill the file, and I wanted to prepare them just in case they did fill the file. I was, if I could probably
fill the
maybe not probably.
file. That's only
Yeah,
after you get arrested.
I know I'd been arrested a month before that. Oh no, if they filed.
So was it you? Just be honest. Was it you that they had? Did they have the right person or did they have the wrong person?
The wrong person.
Okay, well then there you go. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It
So,
doesn't matter because if they have, like, if you did the crime and you got caught, and then it's like, yeah, but even if you were caught and you were that person,
mm,
don't say anything. They can't legally hold you. They cannot legally hold you.
okay, I understand. Just
Okay, so but this is
listen to
rough
what I'm
roads,
saying.
and like we're
Yeah.
talking about fucking shit
Mm,
when you were on those rough roads. Okay,
mm,
and sometimes you get convicted of things that you didn't do,
mm,
and maybe you should have been convicted of things you did do, but you
mm.
did get away with it. Okay, I want people to know their fucking rights.
Yeah.
They need to know all their civil rights, your amendments. You have, that's what it's all built for. Our amendments is a constitution. So you can either, like what you just did is like blah, 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 or you can just be like they they don't have anything.
But I have a reason behind that, which you'll see in a second. There's a reason behind that.
There's a reason why you like started blabbing for no reason.
There's a reason why all I said was
Did you go to
you heard
jail
it.
that night?
That's what we'll get to. You'll see in a second.
That's what I'm
All right.
saying. That's what I'm telling
But
everybody right now is like, open
we'll
your
see. Hold
mouth.
on.
Okay,
Just
go.
wait and see.
Go.
Just
Go.
wait and
Okay.
see.
I'm gonna be like total everybody like
It's this is a great story. A great story. Not good. This is a great story. So just listen up. So after I said that, like, okay, we're gonna call your name in. They call my name in, and we just started shooting the breeze. We were talking about the Utes, and they we went and turned the volume up on the car. We were listening to the Utes bowl game in the Las Vegas Bowl, and we're just talking, and then the the lady came back from running my name, and they both put their hands over their ears like this as they're listening, and then you can see them both go like 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 that, like they just found out that I had felony warrants and they had to take me to jail. So they both found out and they're like, fuck. And so they were
because because you told them your information.
no, no,
You
oh,
did.
oh, cause they,
You
no,
had to tell them your information for them to find out that you had. I know I said I wasn't gonna fucking say anything, but
to run my name.
told them
I
your
couldn't,
information. You
I
told them
couldn't
your
tell them.
information.
I know, I couldn't have told them you can't run my
Yes,
name.
you can. Yes, yes, you can. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, okay,
yes, you
whatever.
can.
Okay, whatever. So,
I mean,
so then,
I just want
listen,
everybody out there to understand that. But
I
yes,
get that. I get that. I
they
didn't know that.
intimidate you. They intimidate everything that you And
Okay.
you were okay. Go. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
listen.
I'm sorry, Keith.
And so listen, guys. First off, they cuffed me from the front. They cuffed me from the front, and I said, listen, guys, I have a girlfriend out here, and she's out here all by herself, and I need you to go let her know that I'm going to jail because she will die on her own. You know, she doesn't have anywhere to go, and
What was the reason of suspicion that they stopped you for? That's my question. What was the reason? What was the reason they stopped you for, other than like you look like somebody that was in fucking Smith's doing this and that? Other than that, other than probable cause, what was the suspicion they stopped you for?
That was the reason.
And then you should. Okay, so everybody out there, don't be like Keith. Do not give your ID. Do not give your fucking identification if it's suspicion, because suspicion is suspicion. They don't have anything. What they were trying to do is get you on a technicality, which they did. And that is just it. And if this podcast teaches anything about rough roads, okay, you don't have to go down all these fucking roads. You need to know your rights. Okay, let's start doing this. Okay, because people need to know their motherfucking rights, our amendments. Okay, if you don't know them, and then you're gonna end up in jail. And like, you know what? I did the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, I have, because I didn't know my rights. I did not know my fucking rights. And like, I gave my identity up and I gave everything to them. And then, bam, if you have a warrant, you're going to jail. You don't have to do that. These cops these days, there's a lot of good ones, a lot of good cops, and there's a lot of corrupt cops. And I think you were being targeted. I think you were being targeted from day one, from like whatever, like they were looking at you.
Yeah. Well, I haven't told you the rest of the story yet.
I know. So, I mean, like, finish your story. I'm sorry. I'll try to shut my mouth.
So as they're doing that, I said, listen, guys, I said, I know you feel like you have to take me to jail because I have 2 felony 2 warrants, but again, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ashley has nobody out here.
What?
Good.
Sorry. What was that about?
What was what about? Saying
no, what? Because you're telling the cops, hey, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. What was that about?
Oh, when I got arrested.
No.
When they got arrested a month before.
What did that mean, though? Like, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. What did that mean?
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. Like, I had a backpack. Wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's what you were. Okay, so that was at the same time as you were being arrested?
I just said I was at the wrong place at the wrong time and I got arrested. Yeah, obviously, because I got arrested.
So this wasn't okay. I'm sorry. So this wasn't an old charge. This was the same day. Yeah, this was the same day.
No,
okay, so
this
so when
the
the cops came up to you, when the cops came up to you, you just told them that it was like, I'm sorry, I was at the wrong place, wrong time.
When they ran my name, I told them, I said, guys, listen, last month I had something.
Last month, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that time, last month, what was the wrong place at the wrong time? What were you doing then?
When I got arrested.
Oh my God! Yes.
What do you
yes. Okay, so because the cops pulled your name up and then they saw that you had a charge for something else and you had a warrant and that they were going to bring you in and then they're like, hey, this happened. And then you were like, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. So where was that place and what was that wrong time?
That was when I was at the block
What were you doing?
selling drugs.
Okay. Rough roads. We all come from them and we all can get back from them. Thank you. Okay. For being honest. That's what I was saying. So you
Okay.
got arrested then. I'm going somewhere with this, Keith, and you just have to like really follow
No,
follow
I
me.
got you. I missed it. I got you. I got you.
Okay. So like like that's what okay, so pump months later,
No, a month later. 1 month.
a month,
Okay.
weeks, days, a minute, what the fuck ever came
Mhm.
at, came after, and you were getting arrested for
Okay. I'll take. I'll,
something that you didn't do, for something that they said that they saw somebody stealing something out of City Creek or something like that, right? And that they want to
I'll
talk.
take it. I'm going to take it
Right?
from here.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah. And so,
Okay.
so I'm sitting there saying, "Hey, please don't take me in. Ashley's she's gonna be out here all alone. God knows what could happen. Yada 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 yada." And I was just trying to freaking sell
They
myself out
don't
of those
care.
handcuffs.
You committed a
I
crime. They don't care.
sell
Yeah.
myself out of his handcuffs. And so he's like, "Well, Keith, listen, I'll do this. I'll, one of them told me, he goes, I'll go right up to 7-Eleven. I'll go look for Ashley and I'll go tell her before we leave that you're going to jail. How about that?" I said, "All right, I guess." So they go in, so they put me in the back of the car, and one of them drives off, and he's gone for like 15 minutes, and he can't, he obviously can't find Ashley, and he comes back, and he starts talking to the other police officer, and you can tell they're kind of arguing a little bit, and then one of them comes up to the car, opens up the back door, says, "Get out," and he undoes my handcuffs. Oh,
Oh,
I
you.
forgot.
Yep.
Before I went in there, I forgot. He put all my stuff on the back of the car: my wallet, my keys, my phone. I
You
had
didn't have any
probably
dope. You
Yeah,
didn't have any dope.
I did. I had about a gram of
Oh,
black. I had about a gram of meth, and so that was all in the back of the car. And so they came out. They took me out of my cuffs, and he says, "All right, get." He's like, "You know what?" He's like, "There is not one cop in this freaking state that would let you off for what I'm doing right now. But you know what? I know who you are. I know who your girlfriend is. I see y'all here all the time. You never cause any trouble. You're respectful. So I'm going to give you the chance to go out and fix your warrant, without taking you to jail. So take your
he's like,
belongings."
I'm the only cop fucking in this fucking county that does meth. So pick rocks for keeping your meth.
So listen, so he goes, grab your stuff, and then I want you to go find Ashley, and you guys go find someplace warm. And so I'm getting my stuff, and I get down to the end of the line where like the my heroin and my meth is, and
Uh,
I kind of like,
on ninth east and like 4 south.
no, this is down by like 68 South on State.
Okay, so like so like by Murray. All right.
Yeah, yeah, right. The car, the car wash is right off the interstate.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
right in that parking lot.
Yeah, I rode tracks many times. Yep.
And so I get to the dope, and he said that too, because with that we got to do paperwork, and we can't do. He go, we can't have any paperwork from this. This didn't happen. So I got to take my dope back. Swear to God.
He gave you your dope back.
He
He
didn't. He
gave
just
you your dope. He didn't fucking like take the dope. I Yeah, that's a crazy fucking story, bro. I'd never heard that before. I
I
mean,
was shocked.
I got tons of
Yeah.
stories about like cops pulling me over, taking my dope, and like letting me go, which I thought was like fucking crazy, but they fucking confiscated my fucking dope. They took everything, my weed, my fucking like my
Your
meth.
money. Take your money.
I fucking like, well, I had this one cop that told me is like, hey, throw it out, throw it into the woods. I mean, this was when I was young, but I mean, like, I don't want to get into that, but I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I've never fucking had a cop that fucking just says,
You're
here you
right.
go, here you
You're
go,
right.
here's your dope bag.
It was just sitting on the back of his
That is a
trunk.
crazy story, bro.
He was.
That's
He was.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Talk my way out of going to jail on 2 felony, 2 warrants, and then get my dope back. Like, yeah. I know that. I know that
That's
cop now.
wild.
I,
That's
I, I
wild,
know that.
bro. I believe that too, because I know you, man. I know you. I mean, like, you wouldn't fucking like make that shit up. That's
That that
fucking crazy. That's a
that
crazy fucking story. You got blessed by fucking some cool fucking cops. I mean, like, that's crazy, bro.
that
That's a
cop that cop
crazy
would
story.
he well we were homeless. He would like go by asking like donuts and all this stuff for like next few months while we were homeless down there. He'd go whenever he'd see us. He'd be like, "Y'all need anything?" And he'd go to the store and get us shit. Super cool.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
that was
fuck, hey, bro. Okay, so like with an experience like that, because this is
yeah. Rough roads.
rough roads, rough, rough.
Rough roads.
We
It
all
is.
down them, and we all have stories. But like, even after that, you kept going down rough roads, huh?
Yep. I still
And
do.
these are the fucking signs, people, people, people that are listening. Anybody that wants to,
I got
these
some
are the
shit.
signs of like the telltale signs. It's like
I got something good
you
to
to
say about
back
that.
off. So I
Even
mean, like that right there. I mean, like, damn, Keith, that's fucking crazy, bro. Like literally, like, I mean, like, I've had some blessed ass moments, but like to get my dope back, that's crazy, bro. That's that's wild.
yeah, dude. It's fucking that's that's probably one of the
Because they don't
crazier
have
ones.
because they don't have to do paperwork. They can just take it and fucking like either do it themselves,
Yeah.
which a
Yeah.
lot of cops do, or
I,
fucking like throw
I
it
don't
into the woods.
I don't think he wanted his hands anywhere near that, you know. That's kind of the impression I was under. He didn't even want to touch it.
Well, yeah, plastic gloves. Hopefully, that's one
Oh
thing
yeah.
that I fucking look at is like when I'm watching all these cop shows and like they're like going through shit and then they find
Mhm.
dope and then like they're holding it with their bare hands. I don't give a fuck. The plastic baggie itself holds enough to where if you touch it with your bare hands, you can show up dirty for cocaine, or let's just say that it was fentanyl. Let's just say that for some reason it was fentanyl, like straight
Oh
fucking
yeah.
fentanyl. And if he was touching it with his fucking bare hands, I'm like, why the fuck are you touching that with your bare hands? Why? I mean, like, use gloves. If you're a fucking officer of the law and like you don't do drugs, why are you touching this baggie that's been bagged up by dope dealers, by people that's had it all over their hands? Why are you touching it? Because that's fucking nuts. Like, I can't believe that you. I mean, like, you know what? Like, a crazy fucking story. Not even about me, but about like somebody in my house, my daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, what's up?
So he got pulled over because he missed a payment on his van. Okay. Um, and he's buying it from a buy owner, so like just like a somebody that's just selling the van. He doesn't have the title. He gets pulled over, and not only does he have weed, he has a gun with one in the chamber, which he has a license for. Um, and he gets let go like nothing fucking even happened. And I'm like, how
How
fuck?
how old is he? How old is he?
Because I've never been in that situation. Like the situation that you just talked about.
Yeah.
Anybody that is listening, leave a comment and tell me if you've ever been in that kind of situation. Because I get hemmed up, I go to jail every fucking time, every time.
Yeah.
But yet Kyle fucking gets off with a gun and like gets the gun back to him, and like I'm like, what the
Was in
fuck?
it
Like
was you said
that
it was in
is,
his name, right? You said it
huh?
was in his name, right? It was in his name though, right? The gun?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was.
okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, like he had everything. He has his like, register to carry and everything like that, but he doesn't have a concealed. He doesn't
Okay.
have a concealed permit. But
Mm,
and then the cops are trying to fuck with him about that. And he's like you don't you don't have to have a concealed permit in Utah.
mhm.
Like you can like carry whatever.
Yeah.
And like he's over the age of he's 23, 22, something like that. So he's like an adult. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Only thing I had to do is just go there and drive up to the place where the cops had pulled him over and take all the stuff out of the van and put it in my vehicle and drive him away. And like like if I wasn't there and I didn't see it firsthand, I would not fucking believe it. I would not believe it. Just like your story, it's hard to believe. But
Yeah.
I sometimes, I mean, I've been in traffic situations where I've been like fucking drunk as fuck and cops let me go. Like with no ticket and anything. This was like way back in the day. Um, but still, I mean, like I th- I just think like stuff like that is like where we need to take a step back and like kind of like look and then look at our lives and look what got us there and then also like think, give praise to whatever fucking like got us out of that.
Yeah.
it could have been bad for you. But then again, it could have been
I
good
got
for you.
picked up. I eventually got picked up. And I did 30
How
days and
many
then
days?
drug
How many
court.
days was it? How many days was it when you got picked up?
I did 30 days and then
No.
I did,
How many days was it between
oh,
when like they let you go, they gave you your dope back, they didn't want to do
maybe,
any paperwork? How many days was it from then to when you got arrested?
maybe 90 days.
Damn, so 3 months?
Yeah, about that. We were super smart.
Well, what did you get picked up for?
Um, what was it? Oh, I was on the side of a of a
No,
building on a Saturday.
not or what did you get picked up for?
I
Drugs?
guess, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was shooting up dope on the side of a building that was closed. And somebody saw me and called the cops. I
So
got, I
so
got sloppy. I got
so
sloppy.
you were a big needle user
Yeah,
and it was heroin
yeah, heroin and meth.
and it was main vein.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah, that sucks, bro. Like the only way that I ever fucking really I'm like I main vein heroin a couple times, but like I
Mm-hmm.
was always like an
Second
ass user.
ask me there.
Yeah,
What'd you say? Yeah.
I put it in my glute. I fucking just fucking like stuck the needle in my glute so I didn't have to look for a vein, but I did heroin like obvious meth. You can't you can't just glue heroin's. I mean, fuck, god dang it! You can't just put it in your ass, meth. So I had to fucking like shoot that, but um,
I have no veins left. All my veins are collapsed.
yeah, my shit's fucking like even now, like I can show you like I don't know if you can like see it, but like how fucked up my arm looks.
Yeah, I see it.
Like, so if you
Yep.
want, like, if you want to fucking do fucking like meth and fuck your life up, and like the things that everybody needs to know today is that fentanyl is out there.
Man, it's a whole nother beast.
Fentanyl is out there, and they're trying to fucking they're putting it the car like eh, wherever it's being brought in, they are like trying to make their shit more potent, and people that aren't really like I think I would be okay like if I like did some fentanyl or anything like that right now. But the
You think?
people that don't know what is in their drugs that they're doing. I mean, even weed right now. I mean, get your weed from dispensaries because it could be fentanyl sprayed, and it
Heard.
only takes that much. It only takes a tiny little bit to fucking kill you. That's how Tom Petty died. Everybody likes Tom Petty, right?
Yeah.
You know who Tom Petty is.
Oh yeah. Love Tom Petty.
He was not a drug user. He
Was it,
like
it was from
like
weed?
like the serious story. No, it was um he had asked somebody um for some aspirin because he had a headache, and somebody gave him something that was laced with fentanyl.
Really?
Boom.
Didn't know that. I thought he died
And
from
I
like
really
cocaine.
like. I mean, it's like that's fucked up, and that just shows you that that he wasn't a drug user. But like me, and I'm not trying to fucking boast or anything, but like I could probably do something that was laced with fentanyl, and I would be able to tell that it was like way more than it should have been, but I won't die just because of all the fucking drugs I've done in my life.
Mm.
But like to the kids out there that are just trying to get high and don't use fucking hard drugs, especially like different powders, and buy your buy your weed from a dispensary, because I mean it it could end up bad. It really can.
How do you to buy your weed from a dispensary in Utah? What do you have to do? You got to go see a doctor.
You got to get a medical card. You
How
get a
hard is
medical
that to get?
card. You get a medical card. It's like $200, something like that, $250. Go get a medical card, and then you can go to any dispensary in Utah.
Is
Yeah.
it is it expensive at the dispensaries?
Is a what?
Is it expensive at the dispensaries here?
Well, if you have a medical card, then no. Um, it, even if you have a medical card in like um states that do regulate it, like um uh Colorado, anywhere that does. But if you have a medical card, and then you like, it's cheaper, because then you don't pay the taxes on it.
Makes
So
sense.
that's how they get you. So like Colorado, places that are like recreational smoke, you can go, but you're paying a higher tax bracket. So if you have a medical card, number one, you get a faster line, um, and you get a cheaper price. You get it for base price. Yeah.
In Utah, can you buy weed or can you only buy dabs here?
I'm not really sure how the legal side works in
Uh-huh.
Utah. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's
But I
not
mean, like
Utah.
everywhere else, you can buy whatever the fuck you want. I mean, it's like a goddamn like you walk in, it's like you look at a menu and you buy whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Which I think
I,
that I really believe that that's the way it should be.
I
I
agree.
really believe that marijuana, and I
It's
really
better than
believe that,
alcohol.
like I really believe that marijuana and shrooms, like I mean, like it's never killed anybody
Better than
unless you're
alcohol.
eating the wrong mushrooms. And I mean, like I'm sure like mushrooms have killed people before, like but not the ones that are good, not the magic ones, you know,
Alcohol kills people every day, man.
every
Every
day.
day.
It's fucking legal.
I was an alcoholic. I was a bad alcoholic.
Yeah.
We
I
talked
mean,
about this earlier.
it's like, I just think that I'm a different type of alcoholic. I mean, because I know I need to stop, but it doesn't really affect my life in the negative, you know? Like
Because you can
I
still
don't get,
function. Because you still go to work and stuff too.
but yeah, but it's like it's hard to like make other people understand like what I'm saying. It's kind of like telling a dream because it, it's impossible to tell somebody like your dream, like to really like understand like what you were feeling in that dream. And it's the same thing with that. I mean, alcohol affects me different. It affects me in ways that it doesn't per se to you or the next million people. um I'm like one in a million when it comes to alcohol.
Yeah.
But it still costs me a lot, no matter what. And not just money, time.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to be real, and just to like get you kind of like inside maybe my head, I'm gonna and like if I can like get anybody that's 13, 15, 16, 20 or anything to like just not do drugs or just smoke weed. Just smoke weed. Do not fucking drink. And if you do drink, don't drink how I drink. But it's hard because it's hard. I mean,
Avoid it if you can. Avoid it if you can. Alcohol. Avoid it if you can.
just smoke weed. That's the only smoke weed. Try mushrooms, but you really have to
Avoid
take
alcohol.
out all the alcohol, take out all the fucking hard drugs, and just try to be a good person. I mean, because it's if not, and then you're gonna like this is what like I do every fucking night just to feel right. Like I feel like I need alcohol just to feel right, and that's
Now you got rough
fucked up.
roads. Now you got rough roads. Every night. Every
Yeah,
single night. Now you can talk about it. And I know that helps.
it does, and I'm glad you brought that up, Keith, because I mean, that's one thing that I really believe is being honest with yourself, being able to talk, even if it's to a friend, your mom, a family member, anybody. If you can talk about your problems and be honest about your problems, not just talk about them, but be honest, not just with yourself, but with the person that you're communicating with. And you can actually create a different life. Like you can create something that's better for yourself. And it lets a lot of weight off your shoulders. Once you start telling the truth, because everybody lies, everybody has their secrets and shit.
Everybody does.
But once you start like telling the truth and then that truth unthreads and it like you can see it. You can see it in your own brain without even like you can close your eyes and like just like everything that that you say that's true about yourself and then it unravels and it's better and like you grow from that.
I hear that, dude. That's so true.
It is very true. You tell a lie and then it holds you back. It fucking keeps you locked in. It keeps you like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. This, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. But once you fucking let the truth out, you don't have to do anything else. You have nothing else to do. The truth is there. You see me for who I am and what I am. It's so easy to tell the truth, and it's so easy to tell a lie. But the truth, like they say, it's cliche, will set you free. It's fucking like I was watching this thing the other day on YouTube about how much a truth will set you free and how much a lie will fucking bind you. And I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I'm not gonna do it right now. I want to, but I'm gonna send it to you. But it's like, and I want you to fucking watch it entirely, and like, it's fucking like, it's real, man. It's real.
I hear you. Well, go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, do you need to go cook chicken or go cook dinner, whatever you're cooking?
Oh shit, yeah. I actually do. I'm gonna eat some. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some chicken. Yes, I am, sir.
Are we gonna be on tomorrow night?
Yeah, dude.
All right, we'll be on. We're trying to come at you 7 nights a week, everybody, and hit us up on Twitter, rough_roads.
Call me back once we get off here.
No, just stay on.
Okay.
rough_roads. RODES, Rough Roads. Want to be a guest on the show? Shoot us a text 801-215-9682. 801-215-9682. Questions or comments? Send us an email. roughroadspodcast@gmail.com. roughroadspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow. Rough Roads.
Peace.